Hey, yo, what is up, my folks? It's your boy, FizzleTheHizzle, aka Ben here. Bringing you guys a Week 5 team builder in the NCL, the Nimbasa City League, against Coach Matt and the Green Bay Golisopods. We are now 4-0 to start the season. Best start in the league, tied for the best start in the league, and our best start as a team, as a coach, in every season. So we're looking pretty good to go first or second seed in the playoffs now. I just have to beat Austin, the Atlanta Star Raptors, who are also 4-0. So whenever I play him, if I beat him, then I'm probably going to be number one seed, which is really exciting. And I've really enjoyed my team, man. I've really enjoyed my draft. I like every single part of it. So yeah, man. Let's just jump right into his team. If you guys are excited for the team builder and the battle, which will go up tomorrow, show some love on the like button and hit the subscribe button if you are new. Let's look at his team real quick. Very interesting draft, I would say. I'll give more thoughts as I go. He has a Mega Sharpedo. It's not a first Mega turn league, I believe. So he can protect in regular form to get the speed boost. And then with Strong Jaws, the ability Strong Jaws, when it Mega evolves, it boosts Crunch, Ice Fang, Psychic Fangs, all the Fangs. And it hits very hard, especially with Liquidation now that it has access to that. It can be very hard hitting. And 1-5 base speed doesn't seem much, but when you calc in that speed boost is going to be doing a lot. It can also be run special with like Ice Beam or something. Next up we have Latios, Dragon Psychic type. Very hard hitting mon. Z Dracos just bop everything. Gets access to Defog, tremendous coverage. Notorious Bolt Beam, of course, 110 base speed, very speedy. Next we have Volcarona, a very good Quiver Dancer. Like Quiver Dancer, like Z Bloom Doom, something like that. It just wrecks teams apart, but I feel like I have a good answers to this thing. Usually see like its signature move, Fiery Dance, has a chance to boost its special attack. I believe it's like 50%. Don't quote me on that though. I can probably look at it now, but it's not worth it. This thing is very hard to take down. It's deceptively bulky as well. Donphan, we have it in our AABL, so I'm very familiar with Autobots here. Gets Stealth Rocks, Rapid Spin. Gets really good coverage too with Earthquake, Ice Shard, Seed Bomb, Play Rough, Poison Jab, stuff like that. It can be very bulky, even on the specially defensive end. And this is a very good rock setter. Decidueye, it's kind of a very malleable Pokemon. It can be run both physical and special. It's a defogger. It can be run utility with like defog, U-turn, roost, stuff like that. I believe it does get Will-O-Wisp. I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually. Yeah, it doesn't get Will-O-Wisp. Not much to be said. It's a very good defogger. It's a ghost type, so it's a really good spin blocker. Not much to be said. I don't really know a lot about Decidueye, if I'm being honest with you. Registeel, also in our AABL draft. The boy Alphonse, very bulky, but it doesn't have a lot. It doesn't have good recovery at all. So, if we get that thing whittled down, it's gonna be very good. In general, I usually see things like Zap Cannon. No, I'm kidding. Toxic Seismic Toss, T-Wave, Earthquake, Iron Head. It has very low attacking stats, so we don't need to worry about that. It just sits there and takes hits. And next up, we have Girder, a very good Eviolite user. It can also be run with like a Flame Orb Gut set, which is very scary. It has tremendous coverage. The Elemental Punches, Drain Punch, Sucker Punch, I believe, Poison Jab, and Mach Punch. It's very scary, and it hits very hard with 105 base attack, especially with Guts. If it gets a boost, that's going to be very scary. Thunderous Eye, not Thunderous T, that we all know and love, the boy Raijin. 111 base speed. So this is the fastest thing on his team at 111 base speed, which is relatively slow, so we're looking to take advantage of that. Can be run mixed, both on the physical and special end. It has pretty good coverage. It gets Defiant and Prankster, I believe. So two very good abilities there. And it can U-turn, Volt Switch. As you can see, it has very good coverage. Defog stuff away. And yeah, man, Dual Dancing. I don't think it gets agility, actually. Yeah, it does get agility. So Dual Dancing set can just rip apart teams, stuff like that. Florges, I don't care how you say it. Very bulky mon, especially on the special defensive end. You can see that 154 special defense. And it's a very good Wish Passer, a very good Cleric. And usually see things like Moonblast, Wish Protect, Heal Bell, HP, Hidden Power or something, Calm Mind maybe. It also gets Defog as well, so something to note there. Next up is Wheezing. A very bulky, especially on the physical end. It gets Levitate, so it's not affected by ground moves. So its only weakness is Psychic, and that's pretty good for Wheezing. It is not a grounded poison type though, which we're looking to take advantage of. So it cannot get rid of Toxic Spikes, and usually it has pretty good coverage shoot like Sludge Wave, Will-O-Wisp, Flamethrower, stuff like that. Pain Split stuff. It can be a very big annoyance. Speaking of very big annoyances, we have Regice. A very bulky mon, especially on the special defensive end. 200 special defenses. It's quite a lot. Ice Beam, Toxic, Thunder Wave. I don't know what this thing does, honestly. Stuff like that. Very similar to Registeel, I'm assuming. Oh, he has both Regis. I just realized that. Alright, so looking at his team. Oh, I don't have my notes in front of me. Looking at his team, it looks like he has 2 Stealth Rockers in the form of Donphan and Registeel. And he does not have any Spikers or... I believe Wheezing does get Toxic Spikes. Wheezing does get Toxic Spikes. He has a Wish. He has Wish and a Cleric. And Florges. He has Healing Wish and Latios. He has removal in the form of Defog with Latios. I don't believe Volcarona gets it. Decidueye, Thundurus, Florges. Rapid Spin with Donphan. So yeah, man. Jumping right into my team, I feel like, what I'm predicting to bring. Mega Sharpedo, Latios, Volcarona, Donphan, Registeel to handle my Gengar, and Florges. Flower Man. So looking at my team here, I feel like I have a really good solid team. Sorry, my hair is, oh my goodness. I need a haircut. Looking at our first mon, we have Excelgor here. Recently picked up, I traded Sceptile for Excelgor. Just because it's faster and it gets... What you see here, Spikes, Toxic Spikes, Bug Buzz, Hidden Power Rock. Spikes and Toxic Spikes are very good to whittle down his team, so that the rest of my team can clean. It's Focus Sash, so this is probably going to be my lead every single time, unless I see like I don't know, I think I'm going to be leading this thing anyways. I can afford to run Max Special Attack Modest, just because I'm so fast. His highest speed is 111 with Thundurus. So we can take advantage of that and run like Max Special Attack Modest. And Hidden Power Rock is for the Volcarona. So yeah, man, nothing too complicated about this. Spikes, T-Spikes, whittle down his team a lot. And it's going to be very good for things like Todoroki, Katie, and even Asuka. So that's going to be fantastic. I outspeed everything, of course. Next up we have Kecleon, Momo, Rock Tomb, Knockoff, Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Assault Vest Kecleon. Is very good. He has a lot of special threats like Latios. It can carry Side Shock, to be fair. Like Volcarona, Florges, stuff like that. And this thing just like completely shuts them down. Rock Tomb one-shots Volcarona. Knockoff is really good to get rid of items like leftovers on the Registeel or something. So that Katie and Todoroki can do stuff. Drain Punch is there for general healing, like the Sharpedo. We can take some hits from Sharpedo, Registeel, and Regice. And Ice Punch is there for the Latios. Well, not for the Latios. It's for the... What is it for? Sorry, I don't have my notes in front of me. You know what? It doesn't matter. Ice Punch is there for something. I'm sure I had a good reason for it. A max attack, Adamant. So this thing is really good. It's going to be very hard for him to break through this thing, especially if he doesn't have Side Shock. And if he doesn't bring Girder, like Side Shock on Latios. Next up, we have Choji here, making a return. Our Licky, Wish Protect, Body Slam, Heal Bell. He does not, his only ghost type is Decidueye, and his Decidueye gets destroyed by like everything else in our team. So, I'm fine with running Mono Body Slam. Wish Protect is good to heal up my Momo, my Salvest Kecleon, my Gengar, my Kyurem, stuff like that. Heal Bell is good in case he wants to go for a Will-O-Wisp with like Wheezing or something. This thing can easily 1v1 the majority of his bulky mons. If he wants to go for a Toxic, we can Heal Bell that off like Registeel. We can just Body Slam it to death. Not Registeel, because that thing's fat. You know what I mean? This thing is meant to pass Wish Pass into some stuff. Again, especially defensive for his special threats like Volcarona, Latios, Florida, stuff like that. Next up, we have Todoroki here, our Kyurem Black. One of my favorite mons, to be honest. Now, this EV spread looks ridiculous, I know. I have 36 speed minus speed, though. So his speed gap is, like, really gross. So I can eat... This EV spread makes sense, honestly. And I don't lose anything out. I hit speed everything, except for, like, Choice Scarf Latios and Choice Scarf Thunderous. And things that are faster than me. So yeah, man, Ice Beam, Fusion Bolt, Iron Head, Earth Power. This thing, like, bodies his team. And with the help of Spikes plus T-Spikes from Amber, this thing can just run through his team, let me tell you. Iron Head is there for the Florges. Earth Power is there for Registeel, stuff like that. We don't need Dragon Stab this week because I feel like it's not necessary. We're max special attack, 220 EVs on attack. This thing is going to put in so much work. It's fairly straightforward. I'm sorry if I don't look as coordinated. I don't have my notes on me, so... Oh, I didn't update the layout. Next up, we have Gengar, Arcady here. Sludge Wave, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power, Rock, Focus Blast. Z Focus Blast for things like Registeel, in case I need to one-shot the Sharpedo if it doesn't have a speed boost already. Regice would let that thing down. It's very good. Sludge Wave, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power, Rock. Also does a number 2 seem. We speed tie with Latios. So yeah, man, this thing plus Kyurem is going to be putting in so much work, let me tell you. And I'm really happy with my team. I feel like we have a good matchup. Fairly straightforward here. 4 attacks. Does pretty well. Last but not least, we have our Scissor. U-turn, Bullet Punch, Knockoff, Roost. Very specially defensive. Again, for things like Latios, it can carry Hidden Power Fire, but if he carries Hidden Power Fire, then he loses out on another coverage move to hit my team. Like, he needs Dual Stab, HP Fire, I don't know, Roost, Recover. So this thing is very specially bulky, and U-turn, Bullet Punch, Knockoff is really good damage, like, across the board. And Roost is there for longevity. This thing is very specially defensive. So yeah, man, again, sorry if I was a little uncoordinated because I didn't have my notes, I didn't make them. I'll try to do that in the next one. But yeah, man, we're looking to go 5-0 against Matt and continue our unbeaten streak, which would be very nice after we picked up our W against Ian last week. So, yeah, man, thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world to me, and like always, have a swell day. Peace.